welcome to Adventures in TV Land. For this video, I've come to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to see the Milwaukee Public Museum. Now, the Milwaukee Public Museum has been an institution in the city for many years. They are building a new building to house this museum in, but there are things in this museum that will not be able to carry over into the new museum, particularly the Streets of Milwaukee exhibits and a few other things, because they're actually, from my understanding, built into the building. They're a part of the building. And so I've heard about this for a little while. They will be closing this building soon. In the future of recording this video, it is 2025, November 2025. And so I had an opportunity to come check this out. So let's go and check it out before it's gone. So the first thing you see when you walk into the museum is the Hebior mammoth. It's a giant mammoth skeleton found here in Wisconsin. Walk through there, and that's where you buy your tickets and everything. And you can either take the stairs, the elevator, or an escalator, and you're greeted with this display that represents what museums looked like in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. They've made a point throughout here that museums don't look like this anymore because museums are no longer just considered a collection of curiosities for people to view. But I actually kind of miss museums looking like this. I miss seeing museums like this. You know, you think of The Night at the Museum, those movies. Here we have the Streets of Old Milwaukee exhibit. Now, to visit the Streets of Old Milwaukee, you actually board this trolley car. So you step on to the trolley here. It takes you on a slow journey through time. They've got those window displays, and you can see how the city changes. They're not just a couple decades. It's like 3 different generations. When you exit the trolley, you're here in the old streets of Milwaukee, where this giant walk-through cityscape is. It's like a giant roadside attraction, but here in this museum, showing how people lived years ago in the city. And it is these streets of old Milwaukee. This is something that is not going to be in the new museum. This will all be gone. Somewhere here in the alley, there is an actual cat. When you walk by it, it meows.
Reflective eyes. That's real. Like, so it actually has like that same kind of glare.
What's your cat's name? Bubbles. Say thank you for putting on your, what did they turn on? Flashlight. Flashlight, right. Very cool. Thanks for showing us that. I read something that said it was like,
It is in this section of the museum that the old streets of Milwaukee slowly transfer into a European village where all these homes are set up inside. There are these scenes set up from different countries from around the world. And the houses, they're set up, the way people traditionally lived and at their homes from where they came from different countries and things around the world. I beg you kindly come drop a coin, but before you do, lift up my hat. Here is a list of all the different European countries that you can see here in the European village. There's a couple of life-size dioramas here showing the beginnings of Milwaukee. It was a place by the waters. And now we are into another section on the first floor, the rainforest. We see a crocodile being strangled by an anaconda. A modern scientist in the field at the rainforest. The sound you hear, those are birds in those nests. Here we have some macaws. In this diorama, you can see a researcher here perched in the trees looking at other birds. And now we come to the section of dinosaurs. Here is a replica of Samson, who was a famous gorilla at the Milwaukee Zoo. This was created by an artist who recreated Samson based upon his skull and things like that. It's not actually the physical Samson, it's actually an artistic rendering. These dioramas are really cool because it shows you what an area looked like way back in time, and then that same area with people in the present, archaeologists, paleontologists working in the area, uncovering the fossils. It's a tree of life. Have a lot of on-hands displays here showing how modern paleontology works, what's all involved. Quite extensive. In addition to everything you see here, there is also a butterfly exhibit on this section, as well as a kids area. And now we go up the stairs to the second floor. And you see when you came up the second floor was this exhibit, a tribute to survival. This exhibit here, the tribute to survival, will not be going to the new museum. This is a very unique exhibit. All the figures here are based on real people, real natives who had their likeness molded and recreating a modern powwow. At one time, this turntable actually moved, stopped working several years ago, and it's never been fixed since it stopped. The care that went into making this exhibit, you can't help but see how much care went into making it, and it's very sad that this will no longer be around.
Summer Cloud Singers, led by Rich Wabano Wanope.
There's another display that will not be seen in the new museum, be gone to the dustbins of history. The Crow Indian bison hunt. When this was first opened in 1966, it was thought to have been the largest life-size open-air diorama in the world. And this too will pass into oblivion. Now the statue here is supposed to represent Tecumseh. We really don't know what Tecumseh looks like. There are no known photographs, anything like that. This is a real totem pole. I believe it's originally from Alaska. So here are these large dioramas of animals. So as you go through the rest of this floor, there are a lot of places around the world, people, how they once lived, and they have also dioramas there of the animals around those places as well. Here we have a display of the different Native American names around here, around Milwaukee. Time to visit the third floor. Here's a tusk. If you look here, there's these intricate carvings all along this tusk, this ivory tusk. It's amazing how intricate. Now, it's been said, we don't know which ones will and which ones won't, but many of these life-size dioramas that you see that have they're like a 3D photograph of a certain time and place. Many of these will not be seen in the new museum, and many of the ones that will be there, they won't be as large scale as they are now. They will actually be smaller in scope. This is a very valuable, very expensive elephant belayed in jewels. And the elephant's made from a single block of ivory. There's 427 precious stones covering it. Time my visit here in November 2025, the pre-Columbian American exhibit, it's already closed. This is another exhibit that will probably not be seen in the new museum. It shows the young men of the Maasai tribe in Africa hunting a lion. It used to be a rite of passage for these people. That is no longer the case. They no longer do that. They've actually, it's kind of the opposite now. They are trying to save lions, and they're preservationists. Got an anteater there.
I appreciate it.
Here we have a corn mummy. That's right, mummified corn. We have a mummified ibis and a mummified eagle. The mummy of dead ore. Here is a life-size sculpture of King Tut, what they believe King Tut looked like. Here we have a Babylonian cylinder. Here we have a Corinthian helmet and a Roman helmet.
That was the Milwaukee Public Museum here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have to say it's probably one of the most unusual museums I've ever been in. It was in a good way, in a very good way. But it's sad, so much of that museum is not going to be transferred over to the new facility, the new museum in 2027. I think I was able to show at least one place in the museum that's closed now because they are taking things out. And the museum will be closed. They haven't announced a date yet, but it will close quite some time before the new museum opens up. So some of those things, they'll just be lost to history because they won't be transferred over. It's kind of sad, really. If you've liked this video, hit that like button. If you disliked, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel for further content and ring that bell for email notifications. And if there's some place that you would like to see me visit or you have a suggestion about some future video you'd like to see me do, leave a comment in the comments section. And if you've enjoyed this adventure or any of the adventures in TV land, you could help support this channel by going to either Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon or even here on YouTube, and you can make a donation or become a member. Or this has been another adventure in TV land. Thank you for watching. Until next time, that's a wrap.